What's going on, guys? It's Coach Bronson, and we're here again with my mom, Claire. She is going to help us talk about push-ups today. So the push-up is basically just a movement where you're in a plank, you let your body down to the ground, and then you push away. Okay, we're going to talk about how to do it, how to set up for it properly. We're going to talk about some common errors or faults that people have when they do them, and then we'll talk about how to scale so that you can do them regardless of your situation and experience. Okay, so the first thing we have is, what is a push-up, right? So we're going to do, so now we're going to skip ahead a little bit and talk about scaling right off the bat, because my mom is doing them on a bench, not on the floor. Even though you may think about push-ups as being done from the floor, she doesn't have them from the floor yet, but she's starting on a bench. This is lower than you've started before, so you've gone from high to low, right? Right, you said you started on the wall when you first started. Yeah. So this is showing progression. She's going to go ahead and basically just get into a tall plank. So her arms are going to be about shoulder width apart, maybe a little outside her shoulders, and then she's going to keep her body straight. Notice her shoulders, her hips, and her feet are kind of in line. That's what we're looking for. She's going to let her body drop down till her shoulders pass her elbows, and then come back up again. Good, go ahead and relax. That's a push-up. Now you notice when she went down to her elbows, till her shoulder past her elbows. You don't have to go down till you touch. It's just break that line above the elbow. Okay, go ahead and do one more. Okay, the one thing I want you to notice is watch where her elbows go. They don't go out to the side, they go more back towards her body. Good, relax. All right, that's what we're looking for. When we do push-ups, we want rotation. We don't want lateral extension. We don't want to come out to the side like we're trying to smack somebody on the side of us, okay? Right, we want to come back down, okay? And then we want to push back up. So when you start, go ahead and put your arms out in front of you, okay? Notice her arm is in line with her shoulder. It's about the same side, same level. When she comes down, go to drop your elbow down like you're doing a push-up. Notice now it's at her lower chest, right? So there's a level change. If we do it the other way, go ahead and turn this way. If we do, I'm gonna do this hand so people can see. If we do it this way, and we come out to the side, bend your elbow, right? Now the strain is coming on our shoulder, we don't want that, right? When we come down, we're able to keep our shoulder tight and locked, and then everything here. Notice nothing's moving here. When I come here, the shoulder has to change position, and now that's where the stress is going. We don't want that, okay? So go ahead and do one more. Keep an eye on her elbows. Watch how her elbows rotate back. Boom, and boom, good. That's what we're looking for, okay? So that's the fault number one. That's the number one thing that we see all the time, is people going like this, like they're doing flies or something, or clapping really loud, right, when they're doing it. That's not what we're looking for. The second thing that we see people struggle with, well, we're gonna do four things on this one, is the setup in general. A common thing that we see people do for push-ups is going to their knees to do push-ups, right? I don't like that, and that's because, go ahead and get just in the tall plank again. Just by me saying get into the tall plank, that tells you why I don't like doing push-ups from the knees. Because now her whole body is engaged. The whole idea of doing a push-up is not just working on your triceps, not just working on your core, but not just working on your chest, but also working on your core. It's core engagement while you're moving. Go ahead and relax. So in a plank, when we do a plank, it's static. So and that can be challenging just to hold that for a period of time. Holding a plank while you're moving your body up and down is another level of challenge. If you don't have the plank component, you're missing out on one of the biggest pieces of the push-up. And you can't hold a plank from your knees, right? So the next thing we have, go ahead and get back down into that position again. We have letting your body sag down, or piking up with your hips way up in the air and then trying to do that. That position doesn't work either, because that's not a plank, okay? And then the other thing, go ahead and get into a good position, and if you can do this, go ahead and go down into your down position, and when you come up like a snake, like your chest comes up first, right? That's not what we're looking for either. Go ahead and relax, right? We're not snaking, we're trying to keep our body working together as one piece. So if your shoulders, your hips, and your feet are in straight line, when you go up and you come down, that's how they should be. Cool. All right, scaling. So this is one option for scaling. And essentially, scaling is making an adjustment to how you execute the movement so that it fits for where you are. Let's go ahead and go into the wall this is where she started, what, 7 years ago? Yep. right? 7 years ago doing wall push-ups, right? So hands on the wall, and then you just go in till you kiss the wall, right? You still keep your body tight. Good. And then come back up again. Notice her elbows are still going back and down. They're not going out to the side, right? She's still keeping a plank, but it's a lot easier to push off the wall. Once you get to a point where this isn't really challenging anymore, whatever else, then you can go maybe to a high box or a table or the back of a couch or whatever else, depending on what you have access to. And then as you get better, you get lower and lower and lower. So over the past 7 years, you've been from here, and then now this is 18 inches, by the way.
Okay, and I can do 16 maybe.
16 maybe, okay. So she's down to about 16, 17 inches. You're almost there. You're almost there.
I'll talk about reverse push-ups that can help you.
Revert doing negatives?
Negatives.
So starting down, you want to do some?
No, I can do them from the floor that way.
Oh, really? All right, hold on. So we're going to add in a training option, a training drill that she does.
If I could do it too.
Let's see. That she does, and it's called negative. So basically you start in that plank, and the idea is that you just go down slow. You control the movement, and you go down slow, and then you just let yourself relax, and then you come up again.
Come up.
Trying to come up. So then you can peel yourself up. You can do whatever you need to. Get back in your plank again. Come down slow. Do like a 3. 1, 2, 3, and then down. Good. And then she can peel herself up. Do one more. And then nice and slow. The key here is you're going slow. You're maintaining position, but you're working your strength in your arms and your chest and that core activation. Awesome. That is everything you need to know to get your first floor push-up.